July 1914. Europe was a powder keg of nationalism, imperialism, and military might. The great powers, entangled in a web of alliances, eyed each other with suspicion. Beneath the veneer of Belle Epoque elegance, tensions simmered. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, ignited the fuse. Europe in 1914 was a place of stark contrasts. Technological advancements promised progress, yet the shadow of war loomed large. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, a seemingly isolated event, exposed the fragility of peace. It revealed the deep-seated rivalries and the intricate network of alliances that would soon drag the continent into the abyss. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was a catalyst, not the sole cause of the war. The stage was set, the actors in position, the script written. All that was needed was a spark to ignite the conflagration. The assassination provided that spark. On a sunny June morning, Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie arrived in Sarajevo, Bosnia. Their visit was meant to be a show of Austro-Hungarian strength. Instead, it became a death sentence. A group of Serbian nationalists, the Black Hand, plotted to assassinate the Archduke. The Archduke's motorcade, a symbol of imperial power, wound its way through the crowded streets. Among the onlookers lurked Gavrilo Princip, a young Serbian nationalist. As the car slowed, Princip seized his opportunity. 2 shots rang out, forever altering the course of history. The assassination sent shockwaves across Europe. Austria-Hungary, outraged, saw an opportunity to crush Serbian nationalism. Germany, bound by treaty to Austria-Hungary, pledged its unwavering support. The stage was set for a continental war. Europe in 1914 was a tangled web of alliances. These alliances, meant to deter aggression, instead acted as a chain reaction, pulling one nation after another into the conflict. The Triple Alliance, consisting of Germany, Austria-Hungary and Italy, stood opposed to the Triple Entente of France, Russia and Great Britain. These alliances were more than just agreements on paper. They represented deep-seated rivalries, historical grievances, and a constant jockeying for power. When Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, it triggered a chain reaction. Russia, bound by treaty to protect Serbia, mobilized its troops. Germany, fearing a two-front war, declared war on Russia and its ally, France. The alliance system, meant to prevent war, became the very mechanism that propelled Europe into the abyss. It was a testament to the perilous nature of international relations in the early 20th century. Following the assassination, a flurry of diplomatic activity ensued, but it was too little, too late. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, issued an ultimatum to Serbia, demanding impossible concessions. Serbia, unwilling to become an Austro-Hungarian puppet state, refused to comply fully. On July 28, 1914, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. The dominoes began to fall. Germany, bound by its treaty with Austria-Hungary, declared war on Russia on August 1st and on France on August 3rd. Great Britain, its hand forced by Germany's violation of Belgian neutrality, declared war on Germany on August 4th. The diplomatic efforts, frantic and desperate, failed to avert the looming catastrophe. The great powers, locked in a deadly embrace, prepared for the long and bloody conflict ahead. Section 5. Voices from the Abyss. Quotes that capture the mood. The period leading up to the war was marked by a sense of foreboding. Leaders and commentators alike expressed their anxieties about the state of Europe. "I shall not live to see the Great War," Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany famously remarked, "but you will see it, and it will start in the East." His words proved chillingly prophetic. "The lamps are going out all over Europe," British Foreign Secretary Sir Edward Grey observed on the eve of war. "We shall not see them lit again in our lifetime." Grey's lament captured the sense of despair that gripped Europe as the continent plunged into war. These quotes, uttered by key figures of the time, provide a glimpse into the prevailing mood of anxiety and uncertainty that pervaded Europe in the summer of 1914. They serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of political miscalculation and the fragility of peace. Section 6. The guns of August. Europe erupts. The declarations of war unleashed a torrent of military mobilization across Europe. Millions of men, swept up in a wave of patriotic fervor, marched off to war, convinced that they would be home by Christmas. They were tragically mistaken. The war that began in August 1914 would last for 4 long years, leaving millions dead and Europe in ruins. The initial clashes of the war were marked by a brutal efficiency that shocked the world. German troops following the Schlieffen Plan stormed through Belgium, their advance marked by atrocities against civilians. On the Eastern Front, Russian and Austro-Hungarian armies engaged in massive battles of attrition, the casualties staggering. The world watched in horror as the continent descended into a maelstrom of violence. The war that was supposed to be over by Christmas had become a bloody stalemate, a grim foreshadowing of the horrors to come. Section 7, the immediate consequences, a continent transformed. The outbreak of war had immediate and profound consequences for Europe. The continent's economies, already strained by the arms race, were plunged into chaos. Civil liberties were suspended as governments imposed martial law and censored the press. The war, initially met with patriotic enthusiasm, soon revealed its brutal reality. The early months of the war were a rude awakening for Europe. The romantic notions of glorious battle were shattered by the grim reality of trench warfare, poison gas and machine guns. The staggering casualty figures shocked the world, and the war's global impact became impossible to ignore. The world that had existed before July 1914 was gone forever. In its place stood a new world order shaped by the unprecedented violence and destruction of the Great War. Section 8. Conclusion: the Great War's enduring legacy. The outbreak of World War I in August 1914 was a tragedy of epic proportions. It was a conflict that could have been avoided, a testament to the failures of diplomacy and the dangerous interplay of nationalism, imperialism, and rigid alliances. The war's legacy would continue to shape the 20th century and beyond. The Great War, as it came to be known, shattered the illusion of European dominance. It led to the collapse of empires, the rise of totalitarian regimes, and a Second World War even more devastating than the First. The lessons of 1914, however, remain as relevant as ever: the dangers of unchecked nationalism, the importance of diplomacy, and the need to recognize the shared humanity that binds us all. The world today is a vastly different place than it was in 1914, yet the echoes of that fateful summer can still be felt, a reminder of the fragility of peace and the importance of vigilance in preventing future catastrophes. Section 9, Bibliography. Clark, Christopher, Harper Perennial, 2013. Fromkin, David, Knopf Doubleday Publishing Group, 2005. Keegan, John. Vintage Books, 2000. Macmillan, Margaret, Random House Trade Paperbacks, 2014. Strachan, Hugh, Oxford University Press, 2003.